I don't know if you remember about this, right? So this was, can't remember when this was here, but this is from parliament.gov. And I think this was, this is 20, this, I think it was 20, I'm not sure if it was 2022, 2023 or something. People died apparently, right? Now I know what you're saying. Oh, but Lighton, people die every day. Somebody just died at UTH right now as we speak. But the thing is, we're talking about unnecessary deaths, right? Things that can be prevented. And what's interesting, if you read through this document, is that they'll tell you that when the minister was giving an update, I'm not sure which minister here, we can check up here. When the minister was giving an update, right? So this ministerial statement was on the rise in the number of road traffic casualties, right? And measures the government is putting in place to curb road crashes, apparently. But you see, if you look at, there's a portion in this ministerial statement which speaks to the fact that apparently when the people that died here, I don't know how many died here. Remember, it's here, right? A Lusaka-bound big bus from Nakonde hit a pothole, causing the driving, I don't know, no, this is parliament, the driver to lose control of the vehicle, right? 7 people died, may their souls rest in peace, and 33 others were injured. This is one of many issues, right? Related to accidents, these accidents. Now, the key thing here is, you notice is, the bus hit a pothole, right? And if you notice in this ministerial statement, somewhere here, is the fact that the root cause of most of these accidents, this is just one classic case, is the poor state of roads, right? Due to deep potholes and all that. You are with me?
Yes.
Now, what you notice is, now, as I was coming from home today, yes, I can use this. What you will notice, right, is that for most of these things that happen, right, these problems are everywhere, right?
Yes.
So this is Central Street Road. I don't know if we can slow this down, but I'll pause a little here. But why? This is Central Street Road. There are certain stretches where you have potholes, right? In this stretch, especially somewhere near Pamud, Lodge has quite a number of potholes, right? More potholes, right? In some cases, these things are actually, they are worse than what you're seeing here. Like I know there's a place where seemingly, I think, Nevas Mumba stays or something. I'm going to show it to you. Somewhere around this stretch here. Not here. This is not even bad, right? Potholes. Now, the thing is, in as much as, I mean, if you look at this is bad, right? And I'm sure the situation is far worse in certain other places. And the interesting thing is, if you look at important documents, let's say on, is it the road traffic, is it roads and is it Road Traffic Act or something? I think it is. They will outline to say there are certain authorities that are responsible for making sure that these things are not there. Right? So RDA, for instance, would be... Now, the interesting thing about roads in Zambia is that, and it may not, but obviously this won't cause accidents, right? Like you're driving within a suburban area. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
But the problem with this is the people that drive these vehicles will be affected. Vehicles get damaged, is it?
Yes.
You understand? Right. So, but anyway, so it turns out that the entities that are responsible for these roads are different, right? So when we talk about highways, for instance, the entities that are responsible are things like, is it RDA or something? I don't know if it's right, but it's RDA, I believe it is, right? But in fact, if you go to Parliament, what you realize is that these roads are classified in a certain way, right? So if we say parliament.gov, T3. I'm going to say T3 and hope I'll find this. So if you go in the Roads and Road Traffic Act, very interesting document. It's been around for many, many years. Of course, it's been changed a couple of times here, but somewhere in this document, this is like 542 pages, somewhere in this document is an outline of road types. Maybe I'll check for T3. But why? I'm gonna. There's an annex, right, that has these things here. I don't know if you've ever wondered. There's a schedule. Have you ever wondered why is it that when I go on? Let me see this. When I go on, but perhaps you don't even care, right? When I go on Google Maps, why does Google Maps say Great East Road is T3, right? Or Leopards Hill Road is what? It's a district road, right? D150. Is it what, D152 or something? What is Leopards Hill Road? So Great East Road is tagged as T4, not T3 actually. This is a terrestrial road, it's called. And then you find roads like, they're called district roads, like if we go somewhere near Leopards Hill Road, where the hell is Leopards Hill Road? We're going further away from Leopards Hill Road. D152, right? The entities that are responsible for these roads are different. But the key thing for us is, who reports? How do they know that Central Street Road has a problem? How do you think they know? Do you think they even know? Is a question you should be asking, right? Why is this? Because these have been living in this part of the city for quite some time, right? This part of the city, and this road has been like this for a very long time. It's a bad stretch, actually. In fact, there are times when I avoid this, but when I was coming here, I figured, oh, we're going to talk about this, so I will pass through this road so that I show this gentleman what it is I want to talk about here. Who do you think does this?
The reporting.
Who checks? Or who reports? Who monitors whether roads are okay or not?
The council or something.
Don't know, or something? Who does this? Do you think there's somebody who does this, and if they do this, how do they do this? Is the question. Who do you think does this?
That's
Hmm.
maybe the same.
Okay, I'll pause here. When you don't know something, you say, we don't know. Right?
Yes.
So here's the thing. But the thing is, the thing is, if assuming we had an idea of who did this, right? The question to ask is, how is this done? It turns out if you read up, there's a schedule of work that entities like RDA will come up with. So if you just say RDA, RDA, I don't know what that is here. If you just Pothole, you just look up Pothole, you notice that they usually have annual work plans, right? And they will state things like, oh, we're going to monitor things and we're going to do that. And interestingly enough, I was thinking about this, by the way, is I discovered that these guys have actually set up an app, and this will give you an idea of what goes on, right? If you read through this thing that was published on the 5th of January, apparently, according to RDA, they've partnered with some company called, is it NCAT or something, or whatever, right? And they've launched a road safety mobile application. Now, part of what this mobile application is apparently supposed to do is, surprise, surprise, it is meant to, look at this, allow the general public to post pictures of any observed road defects such as potholes or vandalism of road signage. Right? And I'm sure you guys did this, maybe I've seen this on super highways like the Great East Road, where some characters will change where it says that the limit is 80 kilometers per hour. Somebody just decided to spray paint a 1 so that, I don't know who does that, right? vandalism of road signage. But so anyway, but what I'm trying to say here is really linked to just potholes, right? I think it'll be interesting, right, for us to, if you look at what so far, this is as of January, right? 3 months ago, when they said they launched this app, I don't know if it's in Play Store. They've come up with a solution which will allow people. You're walking somewhere in the ruins and you see a pothole. Apparently, you take a picture of the pothole and then you send it via the app. The question you should be asking is, but how will they know where this picture has been taken, right? Do you understand?
Yes.
Is this making sense?
Yes.
But so what I'm suggesting is, I think it would be interesting if you guys came up with software, right, which will automatically detect, assuming you have access to something like this, video footage, right? There are a lot of people that do this. I've been doing this for a long time. I collect different types of data, right? So when I'm driving parts of the city, especially I've not been to, actually when I'm driving, there's a thing here. I don't know if I told you this. I think I did. Did I? Last year. I did, right? When I told you I was almost killed or something. Yes. So I always take video footage. So I have a lot of video footage of various parts of Lusaka. Super highways like T3, T4. So Great North Road, Great East Road. And I think it would be interesting if we were to build an application which will help RDA and the councils to monitor the state of roads. You understand this?
Yes.
I have put together something. That's one of the things I've done. I put together something that I'm going to share with you as you are revising some of these other things that you're doing here. I've put together this document, which I will share with you and the other groups I'm working with. So if you're interested in this, we can start with this. We can work on this. I think this is interesting stuff. We have direct application on what's going on in society, but everything is interesting anyway. I've also included some resources that you may find useful in terms of what we're doing. So somewhere at the bottom here is a brief description of the solution. Where we're saying a potential solution to the problem that we've just quickly gone through here is, monitoring of potholes. A potential solution to monitoring of potholes could involve the use of data mining and AI, right, for the detection and classification of potholes. So I think it would be interesting for us to say, we have built an application where if you feed it video footage or an image, it will tell you to say there's a pothole here. And the beauty with input like this is somewhere you probably can't see here. This is the GPS coordinates of the place. So if I don't know if you can see here, but this is S15.377 946, and then E28.337830. So if I key in these coordinates, I was going to say if you do geography, but if I key in these coordinates in maps, for instance, it will show me exactly where this issue is, right? It's exactly in Central Street, so it's here. In fact, if I view a satellite image, you'll notice that it's actually going to take you to the, where the hell is this thing now? It's going to take you to the, oh, it's here, the pin is here. It's here. This is where that pothole is. So I think it'll be interesting, So the thing is, it's not a very difficult thing to do, implementation of the classified, or so this is a classification with localization problem where you're not just saying, oh, this thing we've seen on the road is a pothole, right? But you're detecting exactly where it is, right? And really, this is nothing complex, nothing novel, because the self-driven vehicles actually implemented to do some of these things, right? So it won't really be difficult for you to do this. More importantly, when you look at issues to do with, this is odd actually, right? Oh, maybe because I don't see what's inside this. I was going to say it's odd because there's a lot of development that has happened in some of these areas. I've been living in this part of the city for almost 6 years now. But so it's classification and then detecting, because I think what would be interesting is maybe for us to go a step further and say, well, the pothole that we've detected here has a diameter of this much or something, or this is the size, right? Because if it's a small pothole, then you don't really perhaps have to worry so much about it. If you have a lot of these, then you understand what I mean. So there's the models that you'll be implementing, it's classification mode and detection mode as well. So you implement it in such a way that you have like a bounding box, and I'm sure you've seen these things here. If you see video detection, for instance, I think you've come across these things I'm talking about. Maybe I want to see if I can find something similar to this, right? Although this particular example is showcasing how you're detecting. A lot of application has been centered around, oh, can we detect if somebody is smiling, or if we have a video like this, who is cycling, right? Who is skateboarding, and all those things. Do you understand this? That's one of the projects I'm suggesting. The beauty is data is there. You've already been enrolled in a data mining course.